At a time when the Bangladesh government is gradually relocating Rohingyas to Bhasan Char island, Rohingyas have started fleeing from the island. So why are Rohingya refugees attempting an escape, putting their safety and security at risk? WION's Bangladesh correspondent Lekmina Jasmine Soma brings us this report from the ground. Take a look.
The journey started from Chittagong Boat Club by sea. The destination is Bhasan Char Island. So far, the Bangladesh government has taken 19,000 Rohingyas to Bhasan Char step by step on this naval ship.
The government wants to relocate at least 1 lakh Rohingyas living in Kutupalong refugee camps to Bhasan Char to ease the pressure on Cox's Bazar. But despite providing all the modern facilities on the island, the Rohingyas are fleeing by sea. What is the reason behind this? I'm now on my way to Bhasan Char to learn from their voices.
At the end of a 3.5-hour journey, we reached Bhasan Char. In all, about 20,000 people now live on this island.
After getting off the ship, I came to know that Bhasan Char is the only place in Bangladesh where COVID-19 hasn't been infected yet. In order to prevent Rohingyas from getting infected, special health rules have to be followed. Whenever anyone comes from outside, masks are mandatory for all outsiders.
After getting off the ship, one has to walk a few more kilometers to reach the Rohingyas. And when we reached the homes of the Rohingyas, many talked about fleeing the settlement. Those we spoke to said that mainly teenagers and young people are fleeing. This is Cluster 13. 2 eyewitnesses and law enforcement agencies detained more than 100 Rohingyas on their way to Malaysia by sea in November last year. A group of them was kept here. But they tried to escape even from here, and that is why they were sent back to the Rohingya camp in Cox's Bazar.
Some women and men were here before we came here. They were caught before going to Malaysia. They were first placed in clusters 39 and 41. Then, when we came here, they were told, your relatives have come, you can meet if you want. Then they were brought to this cluster, but even after coming here, they come up with new plans and one by one, they run away again.
Many of their husbands live in Malaysia. Then they said we want to go to Malaysia with our husband.
These houses are now abandoned. Every door has been locked. Although the exact number of Rohingyas who have fled so far is not known from the law enforcement agencies, according to the Rohingyas, the number will not be less than a few hundred.
The police arrested 20 people from Chittagong near Cox's Bazar last Saturday on July 17th while they were fleeing. From media reports, it is clear that in the last 3 months, at least 84 Rohingyas have been detained by the police in Chittagong alone. This is cluster number 41, and we could see that every window was broken. A group of Rohingyas vandalized the houses because they did not want to stay on the island.
We are only fed pulses and rice here. I can't eat that for the rest of my life. Bengalis can eat fish meat. We Rohingyas can't eat that. That's why everyone is saying we won't stay here. We are suffering.
When people don't have money, even if they put rice on a plate, it does not feel good anymore. That's why people don't want to be here.
If you don't give me food, if you don't give me gas for cooking, how can I stay here?
There is more frightening information behind this simple confession of the Rohingyas. The Rohingyas are fleeing by using their connections in Malaysia, Thailand and the Middle East, says Commodore Rashid Sattar, the director of this project.
Especially the young generation, they have some ambition. Here, they have limited scope. For day-to-day life, it's okay. But those who are ambitious and they have connection abroad, in Middle East or Malaysia or Singapore, Thailand, they are patronizing them. So they are also looking for filling, not from only here, it is also from Cox's Bazar to anyhow by river, sea route or by boats, they want to leave this country.
In the search, we found the truth of this statement. Talking to a mother whose son has been arrested by the police for being involved in that trafficking cycle. I have come to this place for peace. I have an 18-year-old son. Today is the 6th day since my son has been taken away by the police. They said my son is a trafficker. Sometimes in the name of fishing, sometimes on other pretexts, the Rohingyas are fleeing by evading the eyes of law enforcement agencies. So many are questioning their safety and security in these incidents. However, Bangladesh is bringing Rohingya repatriation as the only solution to all the grievances. The government's law enforcement agencies and administration departments are meeting regularly to prevent the Rohingyas from fleeing. But that has not stopped them in their attempts to get away from their settlement.
There is also the opposite picture of Rohingyas fleeing. Many have come to this island and found a new life, even though they are living such a good life that they do not want to go back to Myanmar. But that could be a major obstacle to the start of Rohingya repatriation. This is Lakmina Jasmine Shoma for WION at Bhasan Char in Noakhali.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.